What's up, OMG Nation? On today's episode, I'm in Union Hill, Tennessee, and it's Sunday. It's race day right here at Music City Raceway. Right behind me, there's a drag strip, and we're going to see a lot of action, so let's get to it.
My feet, but I'm staging with my feet. I got the throttle where I want it, and then now the clutch is out, so I'm not going to break the belt or the chain, and when I stage, I am already ready to go like this. I'm rolling in, and now I am staged and the lights flash. Right now I'm letting the clutch out a little bit to pull my feet, but I'm not pulling the bike with my clutch, I'm pulling the bike with my feet. Now I'm going stage now. And I got the clutch already out a lot, and now I am staged and the light flash and I go. And that gives you a great reaction time.
Guys, we're going to be right down here in the thick of things, and we're going to see a lot of action. So hopefully I'll be able to get some of the times recorded as well. This is not necessarily a race. This is people learning how to do it, but they're racing against themselves, so to speak. Let's watch our first rider right here. A wheelie on rider number 2. .06, 73 miles an hour. Woo. 10.47, 74 miles an hour. Jeez. 7.15, 98. 7.16, 92. 8.5, 80 miles an hour. 8.6, 79 miles an hour. 8.18, 83 miles an hour. I got a tour pack and all on that one, baby. 8.9, 78 miles an hour. 0, 94 miles an hour. That cooked my eardrums. Woo! Little slip and slide. 8.6, 84 miles an hour. Miles an hour. .4, 45 miles an hour. Woo! Little fishtail. Still cooking though. 8.9, 82 miles an hour. All right, guys, so we are between races right now, and let me tell you, this is my first experience with drag racing motorcycle style. I've been to other drag races before, funny cars and all that stuff, but this is my very first experience with drag racing on two wheels. And you know, two people here are probably pros, which you're looking at George Bryce and that I know of, and Jamie from Moonshine Harley Davidson. But everybody else would be considered an amateur, and these guys are doing fantastic. I mean, with limited training, all of these guys are picking up real quick, and it seems like they're getting down the track and able to put everything together. All right, we're gonna walk over to the driver meeting now.
All right, George Bryce.
And hear what the man's got to say.
Did anybody see or feel anything different that time?
I seen red.
You seen red, okay. All right, I noticed some of you try some new stuff. That was pretty admirable. I saw that it wasn't exactly right up your alley, but I saw you try. I saw less people with their foot on the ground. I know that's a little bit touchy for you because you've been used to staging with your foot on the ground because you think it's so soon to second gear, but it's not. It's a long way to second gear. Some of you spinning down track. Got too much air in the back tire, for sure. We let them down on the street bikes. When you're running up in here and you go to the drag strip, we let them down so they get a more contact patch and get a little more rubber. Plus, we're going to do a burnout. So, who's spun going down track? Okay, I saw about 5.
All the way.
Yeah, I saw you. And the ones that are spinning down track, shifting with the clutch, makes it even worse. Because you're leaving every time you pop the clutch. You're leaving again. And it's hard on the tire to hold. Some of the tires look really hard, and some of the tires are pretty soft. Soft tires stick out there good on that sticky pavement. So when you do a burnout like that, when you do a burnout, you turn that hard tire into a softer tire. It gets a lot hotter and softer so it can bite harder. Now the guys that who did a wheelie when they left? Okay, the wheelie comes from, anybody know? Let go of clutch too fast. Sounds fast.
Air shifting on that.
Sounds fast. Okay, so the goal in my mind when I go, I'm going to run Buck in a little while and do my best to, since Jamie did so good under pressure, I'm going to see if I can too. He showed me how to handle pressure. That was awesome. What I would like to do is I would load my clutch, get my RPM up a little bit, about 2,000 or 3,000 for me. And I am going to ease in, and when the lights flash, I'm going to, if it was feet, I'd be just swapping feet. I'm going to go like this with my hands. I'm going to go throttle and clutch. And it's going to be that look. This to this. Not this and pop it and then this. Not this, then pop it. They're together smooth, like, You got me? Sounds easy, right? You know, it's funny, we think that we're at the drag strip and that makes us drive different than we do out there, but it's the same thing except they're measuring us. You don't need to drive different because you're here. You need to drive just like you do out there at a stop sign or a traffic light. Just drive away aggressively, okay? Now, I didn't want to confuse anybody with reaction time right now because there's so much more going on than a reaction time. Reaction time, let me say this, it does not affect the time or the mile an hour. If the lights come on and you're still sitting there, the clock does not start until you go. Okay? So if you, yes it is. So if you're sitting here dead still and the lights go bang and you sit there and go, oh,
You're gonna get beat.
the clocks are still not going. You have to roll forward out of the beams for the clock to start. Because when you are here watching the races and you see some guy say, yeah, but did you see his red light? Yeah, but did you see how good a light he cut? That has nothing to do with the time slip or the mile an hour. The mile an hour is measured only during the 66 feet at the finish line. That's another little basic info. The speed, whatever you're going up to that point, is the speed is only measured the last 66 feet of the run. Okay? That makes sense? Everybody got that? All right. Is anybody having any fun?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well that's the main thing. We gotta have fun, okay? How about, let's do some questions right quick. I know, and there's no dumb ones, except the one you don't have.
Seat position when you're leaving.
I like mine on the ground where I can get them up easy. When I take off, I just put both my feet down like this, and I look at the tree, the lights come on, and I swap and go, and then sometime in that long 60 foot, I pick this foot up and go to the ship.
And the other thing we were talking about is we're all on air-cooled bikes. So when you're getting up there, pull up in line, shut it off.
Yeah.
Pull up in line, shut it off. When the guy's got all of his lights lit and he's about to hit the tree, start your bike and then roll up there. But don't keep your bike running the whole time because they're air-cooled. So start it, get to the end of the line. When you're back to the line, shut it off. The line moves again up. You don't have to move. You can let it move 2 or 3. Get up there. But when you're the next guy in line, wait for all 4 bulbs to be lit in. Start your bike. And then, you know, when he's like going down the track, then just roll up there.
Any other questions before we get going? Yes, sir.
Excuse me. So I got a little sideways. I thought I had the clutch where I wanted it, and I had a little bit of throttle, and I thought I was a drag racer.
All right. Well, that's
then I
where
got
we're
sideways.
At. Yeah. Okay.
And
Well, I think you pointed a little bit towards the tree,
Oh, did I?
just a little bit,
Okay.
and then when you leaned it over, you might have done that. But your sideways thing, I believe, came from probably letting go of too much clutch at too much RPM.
Okay. Okay.
In other words, if you look at a dyno sheet and you're at 2,000, it doesn't have much power. If you get it up to 3,000, all of a sudden you got a lot of power. So I like to leave low enough down here where I can go,
I got a question.
yeah,
If you're going to the right a couple times in a row, what should I do?
move. Find a target at the other end and move it over just a hair.
Also, you told me something else the other day that a couple guys will come in and they'll leave to the right and they'll line them up just a tick to the left. If you notice yourself pulling real hard to the right,
Yeah.
just a touch. We're not saying like
It's like
this.
hitting a baseball. If you're pulling it over there all the time, aim over here a minute.
Well, I shaved a second and a half off my reaction time, so I was really bummed
See
out.
what
I
I'm
thought it
saying?
was something to be happy
Yeah,
about.
so that's part of the goal. That's the whole circle. And it's a lot of pieces to do it exactly right. But right now we're just trying to make good laps. All right, let's go.
All right, guys, that was a good first round. I imagine the second time around it's going to be a little bit faster. We're going to see a little bit better times. How long you want to be on here? How long have you been doing this?
A long time.
Long time?
Long time.
What's the fastest you've ever seen?
Oh, I thought you meant photography. Drag racing? No.
Oh, yeah. No?
No.
Okay, what's the fastest picture you ever taken? You ride too?
About 6,000th of a second.
Yeah. That's a world record speed right there.
You look bigger on YouTube.
Think
Thanks.
about
All right, this is race number 3. Apparently I missed number 1. Here comes Jamie, his third one. Seven 98 miles an hour. Seven 98 miles an hour. All right, Shelby. Let's do it to it. Six, 73 miles an hour. Nate, let's get it, brother. .8, 83 miles an hour. Let's go, Robbie. .5, 78 miles an hour. Let's go, Anthony. .7, 89 miles an hour. A little squirrely. .6, 93 miles an hour. .1, 76 miles an hour. .3, 82 miles an hour. Little fishtail. 9.3, 67 miles an hour. We're packing all, baby. .9, 79 miles an hour. Oh, that was a good shift. Quick shift right there. 8.1, 91 miles an hour. Let me get you, Jay.
I gotta go get some.
What do you think?
I think it's great. I gotta get some air out of this back tire. I keep spinning.
How many? Did you do 3 of them?
I've got 2 in.
And so how do you feel about your 2?
First one was too hard on the clutch, spun. Second one was too easy on the clutch, and when I went to third, I missed third. So now I gotta get it all dialed out.
This time will be the one, brother. It's good to see you again, by the way.
I see you guys, everybody has learned a lot. I see you guys are really staging well. You wouldn't know that you guys, some of you have been to the drag strip a lot, you would know that, but some of you that haven't been to the drag strip, doing a really great job with your pre-stage and your stage. It looks good. I noticed that I didn't have much to tell you or share with you that particular round. I mean, some of you do have individual questions, but I think what we should do now, giving your bike enough time to cool, I think you guys go and make some runs and have fun with what you've learned, and try and practice each one of the little processes, because now is the time that repetition will give you some confidence, and it will also help, just like my man was asking me about the rev limiter in low gear. The problem with making laps with no instruction is you do it a lot, you learn it a lot, and you learn it wrong, okay? So there's no need to come out and make a bunch of runs without knowing what you're doing, because it's not helping you learn. So if now that you guys have made 2 or 3 good runs with some idea of what your goals are, I think it's time for you to just go make some more runs. All right. Thank y'all very much. Thank you. That was fun. That was fun. I thank you guys.
All right, Shelby. Tell me what your thoughts are. How many runs did you do?
We've done 3. I have never done anything like this before. It's amazing to have George Bryce as an instructor. And at first I thought it was my reaction time that I had to improve, so I shaved 1.5 seconds off that, but it turns out it doesn't even matter when you learn what's really going on the track. So my goal is to keep my RPMs high before I shift and improve my speed.
Well, I thought you did an awesome job.
Thank you.
I saw 2 of them, but I thought it was an awesome
It's
job.
really fun.
And what's your name?
I'm Amy.
Amy, my name's Ryan. What do you think? How many times have you done this before?
I've gone to the track every once in a while, you know, just for
Okay.
fun. But I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just winging it.
Well, the first time that I saw, which was the second race, I believe, and
Oh,
it
gosh.
looked like you cut off,
Yeah.
but you recovered and took off quick down the end of the track. So I thought that was awesome. I pulled up, I guess I missed the first run, but you guys, it looked great. So you did a great job.
First time experience. It's wonderful. I'm glad Cool Springs Moonshine done this, and it's good to get us people who don't know what we're doing on a drag strip out here to give us some of the. You couldn't get better training than this guy. I mean, if you look at his credentials, it's you just don't run into people like that every day.
Robbie, let's talk about what you just did on the track. How many times have you done this before? Ever? Never. Okay. How do you feel about? I showed up for the last 2. I missed the first one. So how do you feel about all 3 of them, even the one I missed?
I'm just waiting to stop. I gotta stop wetting my pants.
Okay.
A lot of nerves.
Well, I feel like that if you wet your pants, that it will cool you off going down the track, so maybe it
does.
calms your nerves down.
But I get the burnout effect, see, so my tire slips. And that's what happened on my second run. I got sideways, which kind of freaked me, but I pulled it out.
I saw that.
And it was kind of a slow time. So the third time, I got a little more cautious.
Yeah, watch the bee right there by his face. He's coming after you.
Yellow jackets, I hate those things.
The second time I saw you get sideways.
Yeah. So anyway, he gives you great advice, and that's what's fun. The muscles in my face are starting to get sore from smiling.
That's awesome.
But it's a blast.
Well, good.
We're gonna see if we get some better runs. But thank you.
All right, Nate. You guys remember Nate? He was on that ride that we did out to Fight Tennessee. But anyways, how many times have you done this before? Ever?
This is my first day.
First day.
Yep.
How do you feel about your performance?
Well, it's awesome because I'm learning, right? So I've only done 3 runs for the day.
Right.
And man, George, he's a great instructor. He starts out easy. I mean, it can feel intimidating, but you know, the very first run, he was like, "Hey, just like you're on the road, right?"
Right.
And then he gives you 1 or 2 things to think about every time you go through. So he just gradually ramps up the layers on your brain, and it makes it fun.
Well, good. I thought you did good. I watched it, and I got at least 2 of them on there, so you'll have to check it out. It's good to see you again, brother. Hey, guys, I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, George Bryce. Bryce, do me a favor, give us a little background, and then tell us why we're here.
My name is George Bryce. I have been drag racing motorcycles my whole life. I'm friends with Jamie Lima over at Moonshine, and he and Tracy said they were going to put together a track day out here at Music City Dragway, and I decided to come out, share a little information and knowledge. So we had several people here that brought their motorcycle out. I showed them how to stage and how to line up and how to go down the track and how the timing system works and how the clocks work. And it's a real gift for me to be able to do that. I'm in the eve of my career. I've been racing professionally for decades and decades, and now I'm retired, so this is a perfect retired day for me, and I'm glad to come out and get to talk to you.
What's the fastest you've ever been on 2 wheels?
Okay, 2 wheels. I've been over 200 miles an hour on 2 wheels. I've been in the 6-second zone in the quarter mile. I've been in the 4-second zone in the 1/8 of a mile. Motorcycle. And my Harley, I'll go 0 to 110 in 6 seconds in the 1/8 mile, and I can drive it to work. So it's a lot of fun. And I've been racing fast stuff my whole life and building engines and stuff. And anyway, like I said, it's a blessing to get.
So what about 4 wheels? Because you said the way you said it, you paused and said 2 wheels.
Race a lot of 4-wheel stuff too. I've been 200 in a funny car. I've had my own pro stock car, my own pro mod car over the years, and I've done a lot of. I got thousands and thousands of runs on the drag strip. I went to Frank Hawley's drag racing school to drive his funny car in 1985.
Oh wow!
So that's how old I am.
Well, and what I'll do, guys, is I'll put his Instagram up right. Let's see, how about right there in the corner, and then you guys can go and follow him and just check out everything he's done. There's tons of stuff about him on YouTube. I already know. I already looked it up.
Thank you so much, man. That's great. And thanks, heads up to Moonshine Harley Davidson and Horsepower. I've had a blast here. Thank you for.
Thank you, George. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Have a good one. All right, guys, I had to run up here to the bike. I had to pick up these right here so I'm able to hear tomorrow and I don't permanently damage my hearing. Let's get back down to the track. So you guys have seen on Moonshine's YouTube channel the bike build Silverback, and Jamie's about to come down through here and run Silverback down here. So we're gonna get some footage of that and see what that looks like. All right, so here's Jamie pulling up on Silverback. 99.59 miles an hour. How crazy is that? 99 miles an hour. I mean, that far away from 100 miles an hour, that's Silverback. You guys have seen that build on Moonshine's YouTube channel. .5, 93 miles an hour. All right, Amy, do it to it, girl. .103. Jeez. These boys right here hit 112 last time.
Moonshine Harley Davidson is making it.
Woo, 112 again. That's fast. 102 miles an hour, 8.2. You got 7.5 at 92 miles an hour. All right.
Try his stage 2 just to prove.
Whoever loses has to do the dishes. Got her. 99.2 at 76 miles an hour, and Shelby got 9.4 at 73. Robbie got her. We got an 8.3 on the left, a 9.0 on the right. At least 100. 6.4 on the left, 6.6 on the right, 116 on the left, 112 on the right. Good recovery, good recovery. 8.6 for Nate, 9.4 on the left, on the right, sorry. Shelby, 9.3. Robbie, 9.0. All right, we got Amy on the left. Let's go, girl. Catch him. 8.3, 8.3. Amy did 98 miles an hour. .7, Anthony. 84 miles an hour. Almost got a little long tap. All right, we got Jamie, owner of Moonshine Harley Davidson, and my man Nate, right. 90 miles an hour. That's good one, Jay. 8.5, 90 miles an hour. Just a second, looks like George Bryce himself's about to run. All right, here's George Bryce right here. 6.6, 108 miles an hour. All right, what did you think about the last one?
It's so much to process, so I'm trying new things every time, and some stuff works, some stuff I feel really good about, and then I'm like, what happened to my time?
Let me tell you this. When you guys went down the first time, he got you on the jump, and as soon as you got about halfway down, I said, Amy's about to catch up to him. Next thing you know, whoo, you went past him. You went faster than him, and then you beat him in the time as well. So I said, holy smokes. So that's very, very awesome. All right, guys, I'm sitting here with my man Roy. We're going to do a little thing on his podcast, Talking Crap. So I'll put his Instagram up so you guys can follow it. And so to watch this or to listen to this, you got to go over there. Much heat.
It's not bad when you have that weather off.
You guys watch Moonshine Harley Davidson's YouTube channel, and you never see the man behind the camera. This is the man behind the camera. But say what else you do on, like, besides Moonshine?
Yeah, I work with a bunch of country artists you probably heard of, on the road, touring around the country.
So you do music videos and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. And then we do motorcycles.
All right, guys, I'm out here with Aaron and from Moonshine Harley Davidson. So here's my question for you. After building all these bikes, after seeing all these bikes go through, after being a major part of helping people decide what they want, how do you feel watching some of these builds when basically they see you in the infancy? Right. They're just thinking about it at that point. Then you get to see it as it comes out and leaves the shop, but you don't necessarily get to see this. Now you're seeing this.
This is the coolest thing ever. I mean, this is like if you figure yourself building the space program, this is like watching the rockets take off. This is the coolest thing ever. You put all that time and effort and energy and thought, you know, into how these things perform, and now to actually see them go down and start making passes and the smiles on everybody's faces, it's legit. It's like one of the best times I've had here at the shop.
The smiles on everybody's faces, it's funny because I can see them through their helmets. Their teeth pushed up, so I was like, oh, that's cool.
I tell you guys, if you have not been to the racetrack with your bike, bring it. It's the best day you're gonna have, man. It's awesome.
What a fantastic, fun Sunday this was. Big shout out and big thank you to Moonshine Harley Davidson and George Bryce. George Bryce did this for all these people, and he was just showing them basically some pointers to keep them standing straight up on two wheels, like he said. That was awesome of him to do the interview with us. If you have not already, guys, please hit that like button. If you like all sorts of motorcycle content, it will be on this channel. So please consider subscribing to the channel. There's still some stuff going on behind me. Please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Stall.
Oh, this is recorded, by the way.
I didn't think it wasn't recorded.
Okay. Just checking.